Welcome to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of February 8th. I'm Nicole Lairdix, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes worrying about something or other. Wednesday is Complaint Day here on the Parenting Roundabout, and today we're thinking about the near future, we hope, when pandemic restrictions ease. What will we forget to do, or will we forget to do things that we used to do, or how to do things we used to do? That's kind of what we're worried about. Complaining? Yeah, because it's been so long. This has been going on for far too long. Actually, I can relate to this because I was out a couple days ago. I had to drive to the optometrist for an appointment. I go once a year. And I haven't been on that side of town in about, since COVID started. So I was driving over there and I actually had to think what streets I needed to take to get there. It wasn't like automatic pilot, you know? You know when you know your town so well that you just drive there without thinking about it?
Yeah.
I honestly had to think about how I was going to get there. And that really kind of shook me. I was, when I realized that I just have forgotten the layout of my community. So, how about you, Catherine? Anything that you're worried about?
Well, I was just thinking about how, every year when the seasons change, when I'm in the midst of, let's say, winter, where we are now, I have kind of a uniform. I have things that I wear, and I don't really think that much about it. I just put them on. And then the weather changes, and I'm like, what do I do? What did I wear all last year when the weather was different? And I just have this disorienting moment. And I feel like that's going to happen once there are, pandemic restrictions are lifted or changed. I was thinking, I'm really hoping to go to California this summer to visit my family. It's like, wow, how do you buy a plane ticket? How do you research that? What do you do?
How do you pack a suitcase?
Yeah.
What do I usually bring?
Yeah. It's silly, but it's sort of like, I just feel like there's going to be so many things like that happen once things change. And also because things are not going to go back to exactly what they were, right? So we'll be thinking that we're going back, but we're going back to something different, most likely. So, yeah. So that was just kind of one of those things that keeps me up at night thinking about, what's this going to be?
Well, I've worried a couple of times that I was going to forget how to drive because over the past year, there's been long stretches when I didn't, whereas before I used to drive, at least 4 or 5 times a week. But, I find you pick it back up. I haven't any trouble getting used to it again. So I think I may have forgotten why I push myself to go be with other people. There was times in my life where I really liked being with people, but the older I've gotten, the more I just like being home with my little family. And I push myself sometimes to do things like I joined the Rosary Society at my church because it's like you should go out, you should get to know people in your church. And every month when it came around, I'd be like, do I have to? And I would tell myself, yes, you do. Go do it. And I would go and I would have a good time. But I didn't feel compelled to go do things with people. And now this little blissful period of time where nobody expects you to go out and be with anybody, I'm going to get too settled in this. And I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm just concerned about all pandemics for all the future. I'm just going to stay home. We can Zoom. You want to Zoom? I like to Zoom. But I may have forgotten why I cared about pushing myself to socialize. There must have been a reason. I felt it was good for me. But It's kind of faded away now.
It might be good for us to unlearn or forget some of those habits that we had before. I was reading an article the other day about how unhealthy and kind of what bad health protocols we had pre-COVID, right? So
Yeah.
thinking about what things will look like after, I guess it could be a good thing because we'll learn new ways of doing things.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I don't know.
Never shaking hands again.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. If we go back to hugging, I always felt super awkward about the kiss on the cheek here in the Northeast. I never felt like I could calibrate it just right. And now I'm going to have to learn it all over again. I'm staying home. Seriously, I'm staying home. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Y'all enjoy the outdoors. How weird will it be to go to a sit-down restaurant again? I mean, I guess people still are doing it, with the outdoors. I guess there's some people I see on Facebook that some people are going to restaurants, but we have not been since we've been all carry out all the time since March. And it's going to be so weird to go talk to the person at the front desk, get seated at a table, look at a menu, eat it there.
This is what I mean. It's just, you're going to be like, what? Wait, now what? What's the protocol? What?
That's right. Do I pay you now? Do I pay you when I'm done eating? How does this work?
Right.
Oh, dear. That's going to be strange. And just, as you said, travel. I mean, I always made a big deal about every year we should go for a trip because that's the way it was when I was a kid. And none of us are really at this point all that interested in doing it, but I would still, this is what we do. This is what families do. Once a year, you go on a trip. So this year, of course, we didn't go anywhere. And the world did not stop, and everybody
kind of did, but not for
that's
that
true.
reason.
Everybody was pretty happy about it, honestly. And I maybe will just give up the timeshare and say, you know what? We just enjoy our home. We're really very boring people.
Staycation from
We don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to do anything. We just leave us alone. Leave the packages outside the cocoon and sidle away, please.
I can't picture myself going to a store and trying on clothes.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Remember that?
Remember we used to do that?
Yeah.
You'd put on a garment somebody else may have had on and think nothing of it?
Yeah.
Or I think we talked about this on a podcast at some point, but the concept of a buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Salad bar. Give me some of that lettuce people have been sneezing on. Sure. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's true. What are the Golden Corrals of the world going to do?
I think they have to have servers. That's what they're doing at my daughter's school at the dining hall. Everything is served to them instead of them serving themselves.
Well, that'll employ some more people then.
Yes.
If you get the colleges back up to full. I'll have to tell my husband that could be part of his job from now on is bringing food items to college students.
Well, I think it's still you walk up to the counter and it's there.
Yeah.
But instead
please put this quarter in the soda machine for me. Or this, $1.50 in the soda machine for me. How old am I? But wave my credit card in front of the soda machine, please. Wow.
There's just no communal utensils and stuff like
Which
that.
Which is fine. I mean,
right.
If they change the way they present food, I'm okay with that. You know how I feel about having my salad dressing put in my salad at Panera. Panera, are you listening? You need to change this very unhealthy habit.
Then you have the little separate thing of salad dressing floating around in your bag, and it's going to get knocked around, and it's going to open up and spill all over everything.
Well, they can put it in a little plastic bag
of its own.
I don't want somebody's hands in my salad.
Except for the hand that actually made it in the first place.
Right.
One hopes was wearing a glove.
There were tongs involved.
Yes.
Long tongs.
Yeah. I mean, here we had a bunch of snow the other day, and so the district sent out a reminder that said, basically we do not have snow days anymore because everyone should be set up to do remote school. And some people got all, worked up like, oh, this is so, it's a tradition and, this is so sad for the kids and whatever. I'm like, well, first of all, this is not new here. Like, this happened a couple of years ago because there was a winter where we had so many days off that they actually switched to this distance learning thing. And, it's just like, well, that's the way life is now. It's just this, things change and, we don't use rotary phones anymore either. There's lots of things that our parents can reminisce about and we can reminisce about, and now that our kids can reminisce about, that have changed. So, life goes on.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be all that bad. I think we're going
to be able to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I'll call you if I have trouble buying a plane ticket. Nicole, walk me through it. I don't understand.
I know. It's true.
Well, we have not forgotten how to make podcasts, so that's a good thing. And that will be it for today's round 3. Tune in tomorrow when we'll obsess about other people's problems. And then on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundabout Roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.